Welcome back to Butler Family Farms, and this is going to be our video on our hydroponics. We're going to start off with here. We got our tote that we're going to use for inside here. We're going to fill this up with water. We're going to have our styrofoam here, which is going to be cut to shape inside here so it floats in there, and we're going to have two layers basically on here. We're going to have our skewers for our buckets that we're going to have, which we already have holes in them for it, for our pods, our Jiffy pods, to go in here, and that'll be in this room. So we got more than one thing doing it. This will have water in it, and these floating. Where this will be a certain level with the pods in here, and we're going to try two different things at once.
And what are you putting in the styrofoam?
The styrofoam is just going to float on top of here, and then in that is going to be our cups. Our cups there'll be holes cut inside here. Probably just run two side by side, and probably three down. So we'll probably have like 5 or 6 in a row and have total of 10 plants. We're playing it by ear till we get there.
And we're planting seeds in there.
Yes, we're planting seeds in there, in the fluid. And this is our rock wool we actually have in the seeds, and we're going to try to. We're not sure exactly how to do this. We don't want this underwater completely, and so what we're going to do is we're going to have our cup. As you can see, when it's 2 layers thick, it sticks down quite a bit. So what we're going to do is probably take off the outside and get ready to put our holes in there. We'll probably have it 3 thick, so it only shows the overhanging this much. So you'll have to see as we do that.
So two systems, one floating with the baskets with seed startings, and then the buckets are going to have the Jiffy pots where
Correct.
we've already started our seeds.
And then here's the chemicals that we got from Shirley ordered for us to do this.
So
And
oh, Epsom salt's interesting.
that's one of the things it says, and we have to measure this out. We have to mix this in, and I'm not sure exactly the measurement, but it's like 1 teaspoon, and 1 half teaspoon, something like that. I'm not sure exactly until I actually get into it to know exactly what it is. So there's our ingredients, and we're going to have in this one here. We're going to have an aerator in it, like we have for the fish, so the water will constantly stirring around. And then this will be a stagnant water. It will be covered up, so there won't be able to be any kind of mosquito larvae get into it. Where this may have a little open space, and if there's any mosquitoes in the house, they could lay eggs in the water if you didn't have the aerator going in it. So that's the very first part of it. Oh, we also have a razor blade to cut the foam. And then we have our light, which is going to be, I'll plug it in and show you. And this goes, there's our grow light. So that is a full spectrum grow light. So it should be the same as outdoors. And then we'll be able to grow plants all winter long in here.
Okay, this is the top of our
hydroponics.
I know the hydroponics, but with the tote where we're going to have the water on a what do you call it? It's going to be a pump inside there. Anyway. So what we did is to make this work, we cut the 2 pieces opposite. So this shorter piece is down here on the first level, and then it's on the top on the second level. And Robert has drawn out circles where he's going to cut out for the basket, and he's going to have to cut out through both layers, right? Both layers. So that's where we're at right now. Plus, we're getting ready to mix the solution up for the 4-gallon buckets that's going to have the Jiffy pods put in it. This system is going to be with the baskets. So, on to the next step. Okay, this is a 5-gallon yellow bucket that I'm filling with 5 gallons of water by the gallon because I don't want to, and it's in my bathroom, so I don't have to fill it from the kitchen and then try to carry the bucket in here. And what I'm doing is I'm taking the first granular mixture of the solution that goes in the water, and we weighed it out on our scale. We thought that might be a little bit more accurate than by the teaspoon. Sorry about that. And now I have to stir this and dissolve that mixture I just put in here. And I'll get the names of them and show you. It doesn't matter, I think, the order it goes in. It's just that each granular mixture needs to be dissolved in the water. And the longest one that takes to dissolve is the one I just dumped in. So I'm going to pause this while I do this mixing and be right back. I'm going to fill up this 4-gallon bucket up to right about there, we figured was 4 gallons. And then we'll get the top put on it like we've got over here and go on to the next step. I need to scoop it in a little bit, get it lowered down, lighter weight out of the yellow bucket, and then I'll be able to pour it in. And you'll see that there's a difference in the color of the water from the solutions. So you can see it's doesn't look like it's showing well in the camera, but it's a kind of a yellow-green color water now. So we're gonna pop the lid on it and probably move this back a little bit and then get our plants ready, because I've got 4 plants that I've already started in the pots, the Jiffy pots. It's supposed to like snap when it gets on here right. So as Robert was trying to cut these circular parts out for the baskets to sit in for the tub hydroponic container, he said, you know, we should have a, would you call it a hot knife? Yeah. And I said, well, do whatever you need to do. And Jerry said the same thing, and so they tried to put something together from his wood burning kit, and then Robert was able to go out and find the soldering gun. Is that what that is? Yep. And so he is, burning it or melting it?
Melting through it.
Melting through it. And we're doing it outside because, of course, when styrofoam burns, there is a smell to it. But we've already tested this first hole that he did here, and it was a good fit for the basket. So he's continuing on with the rest of his holes, and as you see it, a little bit of smoke there and whatever, but It was an ingenious idea and hopefully a good time saver and a less frustrating way of getting this done.
Okay, we got 4 buckets of 4 gallons each in this, ready to go with the moss pellets, I guess you call them, I can't remember, Jiffy pods, that's there. And then this is filled up, and Robert, you want to bring that in and start putting that in.
This is,
and we have wire to keep it from going too far, so this is how it go, he's made it so it fits in there.
and I just want to say that this is their design. We had information about how to do some of this, and then they designed this to fit like this.
It's crooked because of this.
Okay. So there's probably some pipe that takes them off the edge or something. They'll tighten on that one corner. Okay, go ahead and get your other piece and put it in here.
Joel, you need to move.
And then here's our top piece, which locks them together. And those little square pieces help hold the baskets up so they're out of the water. They're not surrounded, or what am I thinking about? How, they're not, the seed pods aren't underwater. Okay, now that we got all the cups in, and you can see it still moves around. It has a little bit of movement on it, so it's floating, and you can see the water level is right there. We got to put our little wool, rock wool in there, and a seed on it, and then it will start to go. So that's our next thing, is put our seeds and our rock wool on it. Rock wool, sorry.
We have our rock wool in the baskets in the aerating container, and it's what it looks like. We've got broccoli, cauliflower, bok choy, and Napa cabbage in this tote. We'll see how it goes. Then I had started in the Jiffy pods. This row is lettuce. There's 4 lettuce. And we took the pods, and from a video that I had watched, I think it was called, put out by Hoochow, H-O-O-C-H-O. And he talked about economical ways of doing the cracky method, which is with buckets in these Jiffy pods. And you put skewers through them so that they don't sink down into the water. Now there's no aerating in these buckets, but the lids are on tight. And then I had to restart this pod with some new seeds, so we put water bottle, part of a water bottle over it to make the dome so it gets that humidity. And then this row is spinach, and this little guy, the spinach didn't start off as well as I thought, but this little guy seems to be okay, and this one is just popping up. Can hardly see it. So we've got an tent over it, and then I reseeded these 2 pods with spinach seeds. So here we go. See what happens. Update in a couple of weeks. And got our lights on, and we're going to run the lights. I think we do it for 16 hours. But if all works well with this particular start, we'll be adding buckets, and I don't know if we'll have another container or not, but we've got another type of hydroponic setup to use out in the kitchen where we did our seed starting for the outside gardens. As always, folks, thanks for watching. subscribe if you haven't, because there'll be more videos of our hydroponic journey. And have a great evening.